An overview on NoSQL. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ankit Singh. I'm a student of BE Computer Science and Engineering, and today we are going to do the review on the research paper which is on the subject NoSQL. So here's the detail of the research paper on which we are going to give our review. Its title is a review on the NoSQL databases, which is obviously the topic of our presentation also. Its author is the Miral Borat and the Tejas Chauhan and Harsh Mehta, and it was published in November 2017 in the International Journal of Science and Research (IJSR). So here's the abstract where we have discussed the overall thing which is present in our we are going to present in our research paper. It is about NoSQL databases, which comes as an alternative to the relational database models to overcome its disadvantages. So here's it is. The NoSQL databases are designed to handle large volumes of unstructured and semi-structured data, and they offer a greater flexibility, scalability compared to the traditional relational databases. NoSQL databases are not limited by any fixed schema, allowing for dynamic changes. They are well suited for web-based data that is often unstructured, and NoSQL databases provide a solution to the limitations of relational databases in the handling of modern data requirements. So here's the introduction part. The key where we have discussed the key differences and actually what things in which relational database have their disadvantages and which NoSQL covers at its advantage and giving us a greater flexibility in managing the data. So the key differences are the data structure and retrieval. So NoSQL databases deviate from the traditional tabular structure and SQL queries used by the relational databases. And then after we are talking about schema, so NoSQL databases are schema-less and it provides a greater flexibility in data structure definition. And after that, we are talking about the data handling. So NoSQL databases excels in handling the semi-structured and unstructured data, while in relational databases face challenges in this area because the relational database often requires to structure the data very well. And if we talk about this origin, so NoSQL terms, the term NoSQL was coined in 1998 by Carlos Strozzi for the file-based database systems. So what's the demand of this database technology? So first we need an high concurrency and low latency. So we know that in any big websites or the data, we need uh, to retrieve that data from the databases very fastly and concurrently with our application so that it cope up and work very well. And we need it very fast, so there should be low latency, and so data must be handled at high read and write operations efficiently to meet the demands of the modern applications. After that, we need the efficient big data storage access. So databases must be able to store and access a large volume of data. It should not limit by storage. And after that, uh, the high scalability and availability. So databases must able to scale easily and handle increasing the workloads to ensure the continued services. So it should not limit something like if we built one, so we cannot scale it or increase the storage or something, make it not available for other users. It should not have any limitations and all. Should be scalable for the future enhancement. So continuing that demands, we need some lower management and operational costs. So cost cutting is one of the thing which companies often looks for. So the databases must have a cost cut effective to manage and operate, especially when dealing with a large amount of data. And after that, limitations of the relational database, it often struggles to the slow read and write performance, and we have to write this large queries and all. So it often covers. Now we are going to talk about the data models. So NoSQL databases offer a variety of data models to the address in the different use cases. So first one is the key value stores, simple and efficient for storing the and retrieval of the database on key value pairs. Examples like Redis, Memcached, and DynamoDB. And second, document-oriented databases. So it stores semi-structured data like JSON and BSON format, making it making it easy to manage nested data structures. Example: MongoDB, CouchDB, and Firebase. So actually, these are the special type of formats like JSON, which is JavaScript object notations. So we need to store it very carefully in order to uh, work with the data. So continuing that data models, we have two more family in that, which is column-oriented databases or column family databases. It is designed to store and process a large amount of data distributed across the multiple machines, such as HBase, Cassandra, and the Big Table. And last one is graph. So graph databases ideal for representing an analysis of the relation between the 2 points. So that is the includes the Neo4j, uh, ArengoDB, and the OrientDB. So cap theorem. The as we all know that the NoSQL does not follow any uh, relational database model and schemas. It is schemaless. So there is no having rules like ACID properties and all. So it follows the cap theorem. So it is introduced by the Brewer in 2000, states that the distributed database system satisfy two of the following three properties, which is consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. So these in among these three, one must should follow one of the property. One means the consistency means the data should be available throughout the transaction. Availability means it should be available in each and every distributed databases. And fire tolerance, partition tolerance, we are gonna see in the next slide. So NoSQL database classification, it is classified into the three parts. That is CP means consistency or partition tolerance. So among these three, first we are taking the first two. So the prioritizes the consistency and partition tolerance over the availability. It includes MongoDB and HBases. Then AP, which means availability and partition tolerance, means it prioritizes the uh, partition tolerance and availability over the consistency. It includes CouchDB and DynamoDB, and the consistency and availability, and it prioritizes these two apart from the partition tolerance. Relational databases typically fall in this category only. So it is a previous example as I showed you. It is in the diagrammatic form: consistency, partition tolerance, and availability. And these are the different databases which we can see here. So here's the come to the end, the conclusion part. So we got to know after reading the research paper, we came to the conclusion that NoSQL databases. In this paper, we explored about these databases and their purpose for the different types, and we seen the advantages over the relational databases, which is the several advantages, making them popular choices the companies like Fang Meng company like Facebook and Amazon. And its popularity is getting bigger because NoSQL databases are gaining significant attraction because it's of flexibility over the relational databases and choosing the right database. Selecting the right database solution depends on the specific need. No single option is universally better, and combining the NoSQL and relational databases can be beneficial in some of the applications as we seen earlier. So thank you guys. We're gonna meet in the next video.